How's it going? This is Lansdowne Roar, the voice of the fans. David Dunn flying solo again. I've no Martin. He is over in Ireland, but we're still going to have a little bit of fun here. We got a fair few things to talk about, actually. First of all, Lee Carsley, is he going to be the England manager now in September? We talked about it before, but it's looking increasingly likely now. Plus, we're going to talk about the allocation for England fans coming over for that game next month in September. Plus, another team has ditched Castore, and maybe we'll be following the next few months. We can only hope. And plus, we're going to look at a few transfers as well. A few interesting ones, especially one today. Came out of left field, and one that just sounds absolutely nuts, but we're going to get into it anyway. But this is Lansdowne Roar, and if you like what you see, you love what you hear, scan that QR code, head over to our Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel and Twitter, of course. And by the way, with YouTube, we're trying to grow. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers at the moment. We're around the 900 mark. So if you can help us, that would be fantastic. And if you want opinion, head over to lansdowneroar.ie. That is lansdowneroar.ie. And you'll get also, not just opinion, an audio version of this. Right. Let's get into it. So that's the first thing we're going to talk about here. Lee Carsley, rumoured to take charge of the three lines against Ireland next month. Of course, that is the 7th of September. We will be there. If you're a new follower to the channel, by the way, welcome. We've had a few of those. What we tend to do is, when there's an Ireland in an international window on, we go to the games. We report from the games. And we give your opinion. We let you have your say. So just before the match, when the team's announced, we go live on the ground, 20 minutes, have a chat, watch the game, and about 10 minutes after kickoff, we go live, and you get to rant and have your say, or cheer on the boys in green, whatever you want to do, or have a go at me. It's all fun and games, but we're going to be there in Dublin for England, hopefully, on the 7th of September. But Lee Carsley could also be there. Hold on, I've got a picture of him. So there we go. He could be sitting in a dugout. Now, he's the current under 21's manager, and England don't have a manager, which is mad. Pep Guardiola, apparently, they're looking at him. I've heard a few things about that, which seems a bit mad, but there you go. Eddie Howe, the guy at Brighton who was then went to Chelsea. Name escapes me. But he'll Graham Potter, that's the one. And no, I didn't pause the podcast to have a look at it, I swear. That's the beauty when you're not live. Graham Potter, Mauricio Pochettino as well, and Thomas Tuchel is being bandied about. I think there was talk about Jurgen Klopp, but he's not interested either. And actually, Lee Carsley is on the short list to take over the job full time. He did lead the under-21s unbeaten, never conceded a goal, won the under-21s championships, European championships. Very, very impressive. Who knows? But that just adds another bit of spice, really, to an already, should we say, fictitious tie. The time hasn't been confirmed, actually. 5 o'clock has been bandied about. I don't know why or where I got that from. I think if you go on Google, it says 5 o'clock, and Google knows everything. But if you look here, I've got for those of you listening, I've got the match pack graphic up there. I've got the wrong one up there. Sorry. There we go. That's the proper one. That's the new one there. And it's got the time TBC. So there is a rumor that the game is going to be brought forward now. Unless you've been living under a rock somewhere. Obviously, we've got a few things going on over here. Mostly up in the north of England, a lot of civil unrest. Things aren't great at the moment. Kind of a flashback to 2011 when the riots kicked off. I was in the country 4 months. 4 months, I think it was. And, yeah, that was interesting. When those kicked off in 2011. So a lot of... hopefully we're not going to see a repeat of 95. Or even 90 when there was trouble in the streets afterwards. But yeah, so Carsley is rumoured. They don't have a manager. It's very realistic now. We're in August. The squad's going to be announced in late, probably the final week of August. probably the 24th, we reckon, that's an educated guess, around that time. So they're going to need, if they don't have somebody in place, they are going to go to Lee Carsley. They tend to go to the under-21's boss when they look for an interim manager. Gareth Southgate stepped down at the end of the European Championships a few weeks ago, losing another final. So they don't have a manager. If he is the manager, by the way, would you boo him? I'm not saying you should, by the way. He is just a professional doing his job and doing a great job. But the fact that he turned down Ireland, he's sticking with England, and especially if they win, that could be interesting. Also, another interesting fact about this game is that very small allocation actually given by the FAI, just under 3,000. It was a tweet that was sent around. Yet again, apologies if you're listening to it, but I put a graphic up there with some lovely England fans, and here's what the tweet said: 10,078 members applied for 2,981 tickets for England's minus the apostrophe away trip to Ireland. Sensational support. So 10,000 of these guys have applied for 3,000. So that makes an interesting point as well, because the return game in November, we hope, is in Wembley, 90,000, easily fill it. Are we only going to get 5% of that? James Agnew, friend of the pod, writer on the website as well, made that point to me, actually, and I never responded to him on the WhatsApp. Sorry, James. I did mean to respond to you. But yeah, could it be a scramble in November as well? I'm not saying it's tit for tat from the FAI to the FA and vice versa. It just could be as a massive security risk. And I'm just probably thinking of that. This will be the first competitive match between the two teams since 1991. It will also be the first competitive game played in Dublin since 1990. Very different time. The national anthem, the God Save the Queen, wasn't played in the stadium on that particular occasion, and wasn't played for nearly 30 years until 95. We know what happened in 95. Even in 1990, there was trouble in the streets afterwards. Don't let people tell you anything other than there was a lot of trouble, different relationship between the two countries than today. But still, I wouldn't be surprised if that game gets brought forward to about 12 o'clock. So just be careful if you're traveling from outside of Dublin. Just try to time your trains accordingly. But we'll be there. And speaking of the squad, actually, we reckon it'll be announced on the 24th. When we get confirmation of that, we are going to do a live show on our Facebook, YouTube and Twitter pages there to get your opinion and get involved on that. And of course, we'll be doing all sorts of shows. We'll be doing previews, reviews. It's quite intense. If you haven't joined us on an international window, no other channel really does it like this. We go there and we're out and about and we're having fun. And so do join us for that. Right, we're going to move it on to Castore. So good old Castore, as we can see there, purveyors in quality. You can see, yet again, sorry if you're listening to it, we've got the picture of the scarf, Cathal Chew, member of Risk London and a friend of the pod. Holding a scarf that spells football with just one L at the end. And of course, there's been various pictures all around the place, hasn't there, of crests falling off, jersey ripping, the Aston Villa shirt, like just drenched in sweat. So basically, a slew of clubs have left them. Villa, Newcastle, Bayern Leverkusen, the Bundesliga champions, Rangers, Glasgow Rangers. Okay, I'm sure we don't have many Rangers fans on the podcast, but a massive club, whether you like them or not. And it's not just the quality of kits that the issues are stemming from. It's also distribution, that they can't handle distribution. They had to apologize to Rangers, apparently, for the state of their distribution. And one of the issues that Bayer Leverkusen have is that they reckon, well, what was happening in Germany apparently was that people were so dissatisfied with the Castore shirt, the Leverkusen shirt, they were buying German shirts with Leverkusen players on the back of them. That's mad. And Leverkusen went, we've had enough of this. I mean, I know I was always having to go a little bit the FAI, but I mean, surely to God, there were warnings about this. here's obviously the kit with the Sky logo. Photoshop. That's the home kit there, and shirts don't look comfortable. You feel them. You can get the professional version, which still has the Sky logo on it, which is mental, the match edition. So, you have two types of jerseys. You got the replica one, that's a little bit cheaper, but still a fortune. And then you got the professional one that the players will wear, except the ones you buy in the shop has the Sky logo on it. And obviously the players don't wear the Sky logo. So anyway, um, and you ever touch it, like you ever feel them, the quality, they're very heavy. That's something you'd really want to be running around in. In fact, as I said before, this top here is lovely. John O'Shea, Brian Kerr. Now, this is a top I'd buy, but you can't even buy it in the bloody shop, which makes no sense. But anyway, a slew of clubs, Wolverhampton Wanderers, they got rid of Castore, and they've actually gone with their own brand. So, how long before, Castore, the FAI leave Castore? Can they leave Castore, or are they beholden to them? Because I think they have a hell of they have an incredibly lucrative deal, and of course the FAI need money, so it's probably not going to happen. I think our dreams of having an Adidas retro range, Euro 88, even the qualifying shirts, the V-neck, the white V-neck, and the white shirt with the green V-neck, which I think was worn once in the excuse me, in the Icelandic Triangle Tournament of '86. Gorgeous shirt. If you ever see that, go onto Eddie O'Mahony's Ireland Football Soccer Shirts website. He's got them all up there. It's a gorgeous shirt. It's never beautiful. The Euro 88s, the Italian 90s, fantastic. But instead, we're left with this absolute muck. But anyway, I mean, there are some. If you want to go on Castore, just put in Castore fails, and I think there's a Twitter page actually dedicated to it, and it's just incredible. Sure, not the wrestler. There is just literally crests upside down, crests peeling off, shirts ripping. Like you never see these things happening. Crests missing. The wet look. Of course, Villa have left their Champions League club now, Villa as well. Massive club. And they're a Champions League club now this season as well. So, crazy stuff. But yeah, check it out. Clubs are just leaving them. I think they picked up a few other little ones, but like big ones like Rangers. That's a massive market. Whether you like them or not, it is a massive market. But I want to now when the Ireland ones start flying apart. Anyway, we're going to have a little look here at some transfer news. An interesting one today. Sean Maguire has joined Cork City. Now, Sean Maguire, fair play to him. I think he's playing in the first division. He's not even playing in the Premier Division, but he was released by Carlisle United. And after one season, and he goes back to Cork City. I mean, imagine he's independently. There weren't a lot of takers around, and I imagine financially he's okay. And he thought, you know what, why not go back home and play in the first division? I mean, it's a fantastic coup for Cork City, I suppose. But really, he never really hit it for Ireland, did he? He played 3 times for the Republic of Ireland. 11 times, scored 1 goal for Republic of Ireland between 3 years. And he just never looked like an international striker. I'm not having to go at him, but just calling it as it is. But he's gone back to Cork anyway, and yeah, I suppose fair play to him. I know Connor, Republic of Ireland player tracker. Do give him a follow, by the way. He was delighted with it because he loves his old League of Ireland. And speaking of which, here is another report here from Republic of Ireland Player Tracker. Do give them a follow, by the way. They are friends of the pod, and they do great work over there. If you want latest transfer news, he is all over it. Young Connor is. But apparently Brentford have made a second bid for Dara O'Shea. £7 million and are confident of signing him. After impressing last season in the Premier League, the Bees want to link up O'Shea with international teammate Nathan Collins. That wouldn't be too bad of a central defensive partnership, to be honest. And then he's gone. Collins and O'Shea in the Premier League would be brilliant. And that comes from Graham Bailey. That's the source that Connor has got that from. So that'd be a fantastic move. Dara O'Shea back in the Premier League and himself and Collins. Yeah, no, it'd be absolutely wonderful. And hopefully goes through. Of course, Burnley relegated from the Premier League. Vincent Kompany, Martin said it. He said he'll get a big job. He'll do wonders with Burnley. He'll do wonders with Burnley and get a big job. He didn't do well in the Premier League anyway, and he got relegated, slaughtered in the Premier League, and got the Bayern Munich job. Okay, that's how it works. But hopefully it all works out for Dara. It'd be fantastic to get him back in the Premier League. Speaking of, I mean, Shawnee Maguire one was a little bit left field that we spoke about there. But I heard this now. I don't know how true this one is. Right? I'm not putting this out in the fact column, but this is what I read on Twitter. In between videos of people being arrested for and attacking police and smashing in windows for Greg's sausage rolls that haven't even been cooked yet. I don't know if you had a Greg sausage roll. I don't think you have them in Ireland yet, do they? They are phenomenal, by the way. The vegan one's quite nice. When they're cooked and bought for, and paid for, and you're not going to get 5 years. But anyway, in between all of those videos, I haven't been looking for it. It's just come into my timeline. You know how it is. I saw this doozy of a potential rumor. I don't know if it's a joke or not, but I'm going to put it out there. Betting top 10 Ireland have put up Aaron Connolly. It looks like Aaron Connolly, and they've tagged him in it, is on his way to the League of Ireland. Aaron Connolly is currently a free agent and is in talks with Galway United. Great move for him, and as he is a great move for him, and as he is a Galway native. I don't think they've written that quite well. I hope it's not true, because he was Hull didn't keep him. Now Hull have a bit of a mad system. The owner there sacked Rosner, who got him to the playoffs, did really well. We covered this on a previous episode, and the owner there is a bit mad, and he just likes to get rid of. He likes to buy lots of players and get rid of lots of players, and he actually did quite well. I think he was the top goal scorer. Connor, if you're watching, I think you told us earlier, joint top goal scorer in the championship before he got injured. And he has had issues off the pitch. He's a talented boy, but time is running out for him. And I think if he goes back to the League of Ireland, I mean, that's, what can you say? But yeah, I hope that's not true, because I think there's plenty of life left in him. But he is running out of time to sign with a club. The season does start this weekend. Anyway, we're going to leave it there. Thank you very much for joining. It's just a quick one today, because I've no Martin. There's only so much I can bang on here about. Sorry we haven't had much content for you the last week. Martin's been on holiday, and to be fair, there hadn't been a huge deal really to speak about, I don't think, up until now. Now that is all going to change. The championship is back this weekend. We've got the Premier League next week, and obviously we're going to have the international window coming up, and there is nowhere else for you to follow the Ireland team other than Lansdowne Roar. You can check us out on the Facebook page, Lansdowne Road Facebook page, Lansdowne Roar on Twitter, Lansdowne Road on Twitter, and we're also obviously we're here on YouTube as well, and we're going to be live. We're going to have a live episode for you when the squad is announced. Heimer Helgrimsson's first squad. Hold on, where is he? That's him there. Look at him. Thumbs up. He wants you to follow Lansdowne Road. He wants you to watch Lansdowne Road. I'm telling you now. Yeah, we're going to be live. We're going to have the live squad, and we're going to have the live squad reaction. We're going to have the window preview, Martin and myself. We're going to have we're going to be all over it. We're going to be over in Ireland for the 2 games, and same in October. We're going to be in Helsinki. We're going to be in Athens in November. We're going to be in London when we hopefully play England in London. So nowhere else to go. If you haven't done it already, give us a cheeky subscribe. It does help, and we do appreciate it. But we are going to be all over this international window, and yeah, and we'd be nothing without you guys. So listen, I'm going to go. Thank you very much for watching. Easy for me to say. And yeah, we're going to start ramping up the old content now because the season's kicking off. And yeah, we're going to have a lot more to talk about. Anyway, I'll leave you to it. I'm David Dunn. You're lovely. Good night and God bless.